Well, I paused. This was another pause moment where I had to pause the reaction to talk about something, gain composure, and then hit the play button again. Once again, you probably already know what I'm talking about, obviously. Once again, welcome back. I am marathoning the episodes of 8, 9, and 10 so I don't get spoiled on anything. Gonna nip this in the bud, so yeah. Episode 8 was amazing. Episode 9 was great. Let's see what episode 10 does to me. Alrighty then. Episode 10. Sorry. 10. No. I suck at Spanish. I'm terribly sorry. I'm an idiot. Alright, episode number 10 in Uno, Dos, Tres. I know that at least. Apple Bloom episode, maybe, or something? Applejack episode?
I know we've had this day marked on the calendar for quite a while, but it's finally here.
Sure is. Why?
The confluence. A harvest 100 moons in the making. When every apple comes ripe at the same time. Big Mac's been up late working on this schedule so we can be sure
It's
not
like
to miss a single
alignment.
tree. All it'll take now is a few days of hard work. Who's with me?
Oh no.
That looks like a lot of work. Oh, don't you worry, Chickabiddy. We got this confluence under control.
Big Mac.
I got us
Like
some
right
help.
now.
That's great, Granny. Twilight and the others are too busy at the school to lend a hoof. We could sure use some more muscle. Who'd you get? Brayburn? Honeycrisp?
Even better.
Oh no.
Howdy,
Oh
y'all.
yes. I haven't seen you since the best episode in the series.
Now that's how you wake a pony up.
Goldy delicious.
Granny
Glad
told
to
me I could use a helping hoof with this here confluence, so I came a running.
Well, with the harvest this big,
Uh.
we're grateful for all the help we can get.
That cat just wants to
guess.
jam.
Yep.
It's too bad y'all ain't ever caught the great seedling. He'd granted you a perpetual harvest, confluence or no.
The great seedling? Well, now, I haven't thought about that old mare's tail for years.
The great seedling
And
ain't
Big
no
Mac's-
mare's tail. He's
Big
a
Mac's found
magical
Big Mac's
herb
face
spirit.
right now.
All the colors of the harvest that travels from farm to farm, daring ponies to catch 'em. And those that have the ingenuity are rewarded with crops that are always in bloom. And he's as real as you and me!
It's like
I'm up to
Bigfoot.
recall. Apple Bloom used to love setting traps for the great seedling
And
when
it looks
she
like a
was
cereal thing
youngin'.
called Big Mix from like the 90s.
Well, I'm pretty sure she's
I'm old,
outgrown the whole
sorry.
thing by now. Right, Apple Bloom?
Or maybe I'm big enough now to finally catch him. Who's with me?
This is gonna kill my friend. I know it is. Okay. No, there was a cereal back in like the early 90s. It was called Big Mix or something, and the mascot was like a sort of amalgamation, sort of like Discord actually. And so is this character. I don't really have much to say for this beginning to fill this time, but I will say that Big Mac was amazing, and that little shot at the very end with the Apple Bloom was adorable. So yeah, let's see what happens here. See where this goes.
Apple Bloom, you haven't hunted for the great seedling since you were little. Why would you want to start again now?
The confluence is so big. He's bound to show up. And if we catch him, he'll make all the apples ripe all the time.
Going to seed.
That's right, young filly.
And things are gonna go.
Oh, just imagine, Sweet Apple Acres would be the busiest orchard in Equestria. Now, if
Her-
you'll excuse me,
Her
I've got
faces
work
right
to do.
now are so damn adorable.
Don't forget we have actual work to do, too.
Yeah, she's never
Nothing
gonna.
like a little filly enjoying the harvest.
Why didn't
I
you
don't mind
tell
Apple Bloom
her
having
that
fun, but there's
stuff?
honest to goodness work to do that doesn't have a thing to do with an old legend.
Oh,
Yeah.
quit worrying, Sugar Booger. Apple Bloom can hunt
Sugar
for the seed
Booger?
in all work.
No.
If you're so fretified about work, why don't you and your brother get to bucking your
The
own
only
selves?
time you're gonna get a sugar booger if you think
Granny
cocaine,
Black.
if you think sugar is cocaine.
Come on, sleepyhead. Let's get to work.
That's the only time you're gonna get that.
Yep.
That reminds me of
And
Kung
if
Fu
you had
Panda
two
stuff.
of them, it would have been a pair of pairs.
As much as I
No.
appreciate her volunteering, I'm not sure how much help Goldie's gonna be.
No,
Oh,
well,
now
you
that
never know.
reminds me of the time Dottie, that's my cheetah, you understand, she found out where I keep the catnip. Oh.
I love hearing her and Granny spinning yarns, but it looks like the harvesting's up to us. You're gonna have to redo that schedule.
Yep.
And as much as I'd rather Apple Bloom were helping, I guess there's no harm in her hunting the great seedling for a day, right?
I expect
Mac?
Looney Tunes shenanigans.
Gotcha!
That's like a Rambo
Aw,
trap,
You ain't the great seedling.
Nope.
which I mentioned 2 episodes ago. 1 episode ago. 2 episodes ago. Sorry.
We fell behind a bit yesterday, so we need every pony at their best.
If that's your brother's best, we might be done for.
He was just up late working out a new schedule so we can stay on track.
I didn't sleep either. I was too excited. I can't wait to see if I caught the great seedling.
The answer's no.
I hope you're ready to cheer Apple Bloom up when her traps come up empty.
Every pony, come quick! You gotta see!
What in blazes is all the excitement about?
Look!
Crops
The
out.
great seedling did this, didn't he?
Well, braid my mane. These sure look like great seedling tracks to
Goldie,
me.
did you do this?
He was here! The great seedling was here! Isn't that amazing, Applejack?
And if we get a Signs reference, I really don't care because that movie is so overrated. Unbreakable's much better for Shyamalan and Ding Dong.
Isn't it beautiful? I just can't believe the great seedling was really here!
Crop circles.
Neither can I.
Basically,
What do you
crop
think this
circles.
means?
Oh, well, it looks to me like a challenge. The seedling wants you to know that he was here, and he's daring you to catch him.
Yeah,
You
Goldie
think I
did all
still
of
have
this.
a chance? You're an apple, ain't you?
Why, if you
Unless
set
you've
enough
subverted my
traps,
expectations
you
and it's
can
actually
catch 'em.
Granny
You're
Smith.
right! And that's just what I'm gonna do. Look out, great seedling! Here I come!
Apple Bloom is great.
Now, why would you go and do a thing like that?
Nothing like what?
You know what I mean. We got enough work to do without you distracting Apple Bloom by making some apple tracks and pretending the great seedling did it.
I did no such thing.
What in the tater tarnation would make you say a thing like
Applejack
that?
should be able to tell
Well,
if
some pony did it,
she's
and
lying.
she sure seems to be enjoying this quite a lot.
I'm enjoying it because Apple Bloom's enjoying it.
Uh-huh. And I suppose you two didn't do it either?
Nope.
Of course not. But I suppose it could have been Goldie's cats. Why don't you ask them?
Considered that maybe it was the great seedling after all.
Ha ha, very funny.
It's a possibility, but not really.
I swear, sometimes I think she's part mule.
Ah!
Apple Bloom?
You know where there's more rope? I've got a lot of traps to make if I'm gonna catch the great seedling.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I know you're excited, but we sure could use your help today. Are you sure you want to spend time trying to catch something that might not even be real?
Yeah.
But the great seedling is real. You saw
This
the
is like
tracks.
Santa
You
Claus
think
now.
Those appeared all by themselves?
I don't know who made the tracks, but I don't think it was the great seedling.
Why not?
Because the great seedling is just something to make the harvest fun for youngins. And you're old enough now to know that there's a time for fun and there's a time for work.
But catching the
That's
great
true.
seedling is helping. He can make the trees blossom all the time.
All right. How
She
about
is
this?
so
If you help me with the harvest today,
damn
I'll
adorable
help you
in
set
this
traps for
episode.
the great seedling tonight. Deal?
Woohoo! Yes! It's a deal.
Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. I've already died from last episode. My blood is pure sugar already at this point. You're just making it even worse for me.
Kinda looks like those seedling tracks, huh?
Sure, if there were hundreds of apples in a bunch of different lines.
Well, if enough apples fell or got knocked down...
That's what they call
like the wind
pareidolia.
or animals. I'm just saying there's a lot of possible explanations.
No,
And
no,
one of them
pareidolia
is
is when
the
you
great
see
seedling.
patterns
And
and
the rest
things
of
where they
them
don't
ain't.
actually exist. They're just
That
randomized,
ain't
but
what
your
you
brain
thought when
thinks
you
that they're
was a
actually
foal.
significant.
What does that
That there's
mean?
pareidolia.
Your sister was plumb loco about catching the great seedling when she was your age. Same as you are now. Worse even.
Oh, is that so? Do tell, Granny.
Well, now, it must have been the last confluency, I reckon. I was supposed to keep an eye on your sister, but she was slipperier
Flashback.
than an apple.
Yes. Yes.
Applejack, get your flag back here. You're supposed to be sorting in the barn.
Sorry, Granny. I gotta check my traps or the great seedling might get away.
This is like a Santa Claus thing. Mixed with
where'd I put that
cryptozoology.
Bust my buds. Where's that young'un get to?
It's so weird and awesome to see her.
She
Yeah.
spent the better half of the day stuck
She's in the
in
pit.
that trap.
And missed out on helping with the harvest
fell
because I
into
was
the-
chasing something for little foals. I felt guilty every pony else had to work harder because of me. So I decided right then and there I was too old to waste any more time on the great seedling.
Pause. 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 That's a pause. That's a pause. Oh. Okay, I was not expecting them to go that far. Don't get me misty-eyed now. It's been fun. I didn't think they would go that far with this backstory to here. I paused at 11 minutes. I'm gonna go back to a little bit now. I'm gonna go. I gotta go back. I'm sorry. When you throw this at me, I need a moment to compose myself because you are directly referencing the greatest episode in the series. Subjectively, my opinion, obviously. I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna go back to. I'm just gonna go back to. You know what? I want to see this interaction all again. I'm gonna see this interaction all again. So wait a second. Okay. 10 minutes and 12 seconds, just right before the flashback. I want to witness this again because, damn. I'm gonna really focus now. Sorry. 3, 2, 1, go.
She was slipperier than an apple seed. Applejack, get your flag back here. You're supposed to be sorting in the barn.
Sorry, Granny. I gotta
I'm gonna
check
die.
my traps or the great seedling might get away.
I'm gonna die. Oh, man.
Now, where'd I put that trap? Bust my buds. Where's that young'un get to?
I'm gonna die.
She spent the better half of the day stuck in that trap.
And missed out on helping with the harvest because I was chasing something for little foals.
We now have timeline.
guilty every
We
pony else had
now
to work
know
harder
things
because of me.
now. This is
So I
big.
decided right then and there
This
I
is
was
very,
too old
very
to waste any
big.
more time on the great
This is
seedling.
very, very, very big. And I'm gonna discuss a whole bunch of crap at the end of this one.
Fine, but we laughed about that story for years.
I'm still laughing.
I'm not
Sorry
laughing.
What happened, Applejack? It won't if you and me set traps
You're
together
giving me
like we
feels.
promised. Plus, we'll get them done twice as fast and won't miss out on any of the harvest.
Then let's get to work.
Montage. Counterproductive, but whatever. Oh no. These are like Looney Tunes traps mixed with Rambo traps. No, no. Oh, this will be just great. No, oh. Okay. I kind of thought that would happen. It's Dad's Big Mac. It's having fun while this happens because every single trap is getting, you know.
It sure was fun setting up all those traps together.
Her being up there's adorable.
I forgot what a good time it could be. If any two ponies can catch the great seedling, it's us.
I can't wait to check in the morning.
I'm so
Now,
glad I
there's
watched
still
these now
plenty of
because
harvesting to
spoilers would have been
So
a
promise me
thing.
you'll help, even if all our traps are empty.
I promise. So long as you're ready for the bountiful harvest, the great seedling's gonna give us one of our traps, nab 'em.
Deal.
That is a whole bunch of crap outside.
Yeah.
Come on, Applejack! If we hurry, we can check every trap and still stay on schedule!
Who's responsible for all this is what I
Now
want to
that's
know.
what I like to hear. Whoa.
I don't believe it!
He's...
This must have taken all night.
Big Mac needs coffee.
Yep.
He needs sleep. He needs something.
I checked all the traps near the tracks. Everyone was sprung, but they're all empty.
Because maybe he's like sentient and
Every trap's
intelligent
sprung?
and
No way critters
Can-
did this. Or the wind.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe the great seedling really was here.
Oh.
So, you're finally ready
that
to
was
admit
cute.
the great seedling might be real?
I can't think of anything else that could have laid out these tracks and sprung all our traps.
And if he left this many tracks behind, he's practically begging us to catch them. You ain't never seen anything like this
He's gonna appear at the
Tell us
very
what
end
you
of the
have
episode
seen.
in the
Go to
forest and then
YouTube.
just like
We need to know
trot
it all if
away
we're really gonna catch them.
for the very last
Go to
scene.
and I'll
I
tell
think
you
that's
all
probably gonna
about the
happen
great
like
seedling
that.
all day while we work.
Uh-huh.
Work? Apple Bloom and I don't have time to work today. We've got to set up
Hey,
traps
hey,
in every
hey,
row, even the carrots, just to be sure.
Yesterday you said the great seedling was just something to make the harvest fun for youngins.
That was before I thought we could actually catch them.
Oh
Besides,
God.
Big Mac can make time in the schedule for us to set traps, right?
Yep.
Great.
This episode's
Get to
gonna
it.
kill me.
Apple Bloom and I are gonna go capture us the great seedling.
Poor Big Mac, like seriously. I would. Is Big Mac responsible for all of this without knowing it? I'm gonna predict that he gallops and does this, and he doesn't even know it. That's what I'm gonna predict. His lack of sleep causes him to sleepwalk. This is almost like the second or third episode with Applejack, with him being exhausted.
All right, just one more hill to go.
He's hitting trees with
What's
his
wrong,
apples.
Big Mac?
Is this right?
Yup.
But that doesn't make any sense. How can all these trees be bare if we haven't bucked them yet?
Seems like more work of the great seedling to me.
Uh-huh.
How do you mean?
Well, the closer you get to catching the critter, the more mischievous it gets.
You're saying the great seedling is taking our
Help,
apples?
Granny!
Yes. Sounds like he's fixing to throw you off the stand.
Have you
They were
ever
just
heard of any
cats.
pony actually catching them?
Oh, there are stories, but it's hard to say for sure. He's quite the trickster. Guess that's why the reward is so great if you can trap him.
Well, his tricks have given me an idea. Setting traps is one thing,
Uh-huh.
but I reckon if we keep watch over the trees that haven't been bucked, the seedling won't know what hit him.
Makes
That's a great
we
idea.
need security cameras.
Any pony else want to stay up with us? An old pony like
We need
me
magic,
needs a
damn
beauty rest, but you young'uns have a good time.
My kitties can't sleep unless they're curled up on my haunches. But I can't wait to see the great seedling with my own eyes once you catch him.
Those darn
Guess it's
cats.
just you and me.
He's... Oh, no. He's sleepwalking, I bet. I bet it's him.
Too bad no pony else wants to come out, but I'm glad we're doing this together.
Me too. It's been a long time since I was on a real seedling hunt, and this is the first time doing it with my little sister.
When did you start trying to catch the great seedling?
I couldn't have been much more than a foal. I remember our parents tucking Big Mac and me in and telling us all about the great seedling. I got so excited I could barely sleep, so I...
And she's a...
Don't you worry, Sugar Cube. I won't let him get away.
That face. That...
Applejack, wake up!
Huh? What is it?
I think a trap went off!
It was Big Mac.
Well, let's go check it out.
It's Big Mac. Sleepwalking. Has to be.
See anything?
Mm-mm.
Don't scare him off.
Pony sneaking.
We gotta lead him into one of the traps.
I'm not worried about scaring him.
Okay. I didn't see that long enough for it to be possibly him. And why would he be here? Why would he be here? Why would he be here? You know who I'm talking about. I think it might be him, but why would he be here? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Huh?
Applejack!
Why would he be here? Yeah, that's Big Mac. That's Big Mac. Yep. I called it.
Big
I called it.
He's
I
been
called it.
harvesting in his sleep this
I
whole
called it.
time.
Big Mac is the great seed!
I called it. I called it. You ever wake a person up
okay,
when they're
Big Mac?
sleepwalking? It's very dangerous.
And thanks to all of Big Mac's late night work,
Yeah.
we brought in the whole harvest with time to spare.
No wonder you were so tired all the time.
Yep.
I'm glad we solved the mystery, but I really wanted to catch the great seedling before I get too old to try.
You know what, Sugar Cube? You're never too old to be a filly. There will always be work to do, but having fun together is something you never grow out of.
That's true. That is true.
Well, looks like you don't need me no more. Time to get home before Dottie gets in the catnip again. I have stories about that, I'll tell you what.
Don't
We're
do
real
that.
glad you
Don't
came.
Larry Cable Guy me.
Sure
Don't do
are.
that.
Come back next year.
She's actually herding cats. Herding cats is very, 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 very,
Looks like
very
you forgot to
difficult.
clean up the
Well,
carrots.
there's catnip in there. I'm just saying.
Big Mac wasn't harvesting the carrots, just the apples.
The mystery still remains.
You know what this means?
Time for another hunt!
Look out, great seedling! Here we come!
That's a great freeze frame. All three of these episodes were great. This has to be season 7, but it looks like we're going that way. it looks like we're going the route of beating season 7, but not just beating it, like really beating it for the best season of the series. I got a little bit of feels in the middle of that. Well, not really feels. I wasn't that way. I was too like enamored by everything else that happened. Well, I was too concentrated and focused on all the cutesy stuff that Apple Bloom was doing. That was a great episode too. All 3 of these were great episodes. Oh man, I'm gonna actually take a break on this one and return to actually give some sort of like thing at the very end, because now it is actually getting hot in here. So with that being said, I'm going to do a jump cut. This episode, this is another one of oh boy. Okay, the last episode, the Spike and Ember episode, that was in what I would consider to be, like, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. Same thing with, like, the student episode. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It was just the middle of the road episode. We are back on track to, like, propel this season, like, beyond 7. It has the potential to be beyond 7. I think we're headed that direction because, damn, this one was another gem. As I said at the very beginning with my intro, when you directly reference the best episode in the series, you probably have a good episode on your hands, and they did that, and I had to pause, as you can tell. I had to pause because when you do that, I have to pause the episode. It just has to be done, because it hit me just, like, out of the blue. And here's the thing, like, I didn't mention this, and I kind of missed it the first time. I was like, wait, this all went by so damn fast. Even though I saw it twice, I was still trying to take it all in. I didn't really pay attention to the fact that Bright Mac passed the yoke to Big Mac. That was... those were some feels. Those were some... I didn't, like, show any feels, but there wasn't even any misty-eyed, but there was, like, definite, like, you're gonna... The only reason why I wasn't, like, misty-eyed at all, because it was such an adorable episode that this, like, completely hit me, like, blindsided me. Like, it was just, like, this total shift where it's like, oh, this is such a cute episode. Oh, damn it, they're dead. Oh, we're back to cutesy stuff. It's like this tonal shift completely discombobulated me. I'm sorry. But yeah, that yoke pass, and, like, this really does, like, Applejack was kind of at a certain age where she's gonna be aware of something that, like, was traumatizing. Same, like, Apple Bloom, she probably didn't really pick up on that much about her mother and father. And Big Mac, but Big Mac and Applejack, they had to have, like, there has to be this repressed, like, stuff in the back of their heads, and damn it, that like, breaks my heart, and it, like, it's little things like this that elevate the perfect pair. It was already, like, the perfect episode. You just added, like, a tiny itty-bitty little layer of goodness to that episode, a nice little polish, to that episode to make it even more sparkly and shiny as number 1 IMHO. But, this episode had a little bit of, like, signs with crop circles of apples. This had, like, the whole idea of, like, Santa Claus myths type thing. Oh, shockers. I'm not even going to bother saying that sentence. But yeah, we got Santa Claus things going on here, and I obviously called it was Big Mac. For some unknown reason, the back of my head, I didn't say anything, but I thought it was Thorax there for a second, but that makes absolutely no logical sense. But there was one shot where it's like, it sort of looks like Thorax for some unknown reason, but you know what I mean? They maybe used some of, like, his rig or a rig similar to that, but, like, edited it so that it was different. I don't know. But, yeah. Yeah, I kind of called it, but it didn't, just because I called it didn't mean it was a bad episode. It was amazing. But, yeah, you have a little bit of, like, there's nothing wrong with being young. It's sort of like a lot of what this stuff is, I enjoy cartoons, I enjoy, like, old stuff, I enjoy, like, Santa Claus. I don't really enjoy it anymore, but I understand people's enjoyment of it, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, it's kind of like that. Apple Bloom was Apple Bloom's faces and Applejack's faces during this episode were just priceless. And damn it. I really don't know what to say about this. It's kind of like difficult for me to say. I think I basically went through all I really did want to say about this. I'm sorry. I go all over the place, and sometimes I'm like, have I said enough? Have I said enough that needs to be said? Is there anything worthy that I can add to the end of this that'll make it like even better? I don't know. It's a lot of the stuff that I say, it's not structured, it's off the cuff. It's like whatever hits, whatever weird things are popping up in my brain at any point in time. But you know, I also run the risk of forgetting that I already said that one thing, and so that I end up like repeating, oh yeah, the Santa Claus, but there's only so many ways I can like say certain things before I'm like, you know, I'm droning on it, I'm saying absolutely nothing of relevance, and you know, that kind of sucks. But I did think this was absolutely adorable. This is a great episode. This is what I would call a great episode. It does it for me. It makes me very happy because you're directly referencing the best episode. A little bit, obviously, but a little bit. But, you know, and Applejack, she did this stuff when she was younger, and she sort of forgot it, you know, and she's sort of like the daily grind of life and everything else. You know, and you know what else? You know what I just dawned on me? It's like maybe one of the reasons why she stopped even doing this was because the death of her parent. Oh man, just thinking about this this hits me too. Her dealing with the death of her parents sort of possibly destroyed all of this type of fun stuff that she used to do when she was young, because thinking about doing these things and thinking about these things, it brings back these memories that are not good. And I can relate to that. Like, my dad passed away back when in like 2002. And I used to, like, do a lot of things when I was a kid involving Christmas and Santa that involved him. And some of those memories from my early childhood are a little bit hard to think about, I guess. I'm kind of past all this stuff by now, but what I'm saying is those things are hard to think about. So, yeah, it's entirely I'm kind of glad I put this in here, because now that I think about it, it is actually off the cuff, just thinking in my head about random things. Yeah, that actually might have been one of the reasons why she didn't think about it anymore, but that's kind of really sweet and sad. But the fact that they've rekindled that actually makes it it's like the Apple Bloom Apple Bloom has brightened Applejack's life to the point where, you know, I can relive some of these things that you know, may have irked me when I was. I can't really think of these things that well anymore because of those things that happened to my parents. But with Apple Bloom being in the picture, it allows me to rekindle something with somebody I love, and that is wholesome and beautiful. And this episode, you know what? Just thinking of that concept, it elevates even higher now. I know this is weird, just saying it this almost at the last second, but it's true. I'm not even getting misty-eyed, but yeah, that is emotional in a great way. Damn it. This is a great episode. This is a great one. I'm going to leave it at that, because that's all I got. But thank you for this. I know Applegeek is going to die, and I will be trolling him over the course of the next few days. Just not actually revealing anything, but just having a little fun. Having a little fun with him, because I cannot wait for him to call me on Discord, and I'm going to have to say hit the deck, because he's probably going to be screaming at me, which is fine. I understand. It happens. It happens more than you think, actually. But yes, I'm sure he'll love this episode. A lot with everybody else will like this episode, but yeah. That being said, I'll see you with the next one, which I will be recording today.